Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's React After Raw. We're back again. This is a two. We were just on last night. It seems like yesterday we were on.
We got some lucky fans.
Lucky viewers. You guys are getting a double dose of React After Raw. This Monday night, Raw was absolutely excelente. I think everybody can agree. Except for, a few smarks out there on Twitter.
They're always out there.
But, people will complain. They'll do what they're going to do. We got tons to talk about. We're going to continue to try and keep it to a half an hour only show. That's been our promise to you. We're going to continue to do that. And we've got, like I said, we got a lot to talk about. So let's roll right into things here. The beginning of Raw, it starts off with the Authority out in the ring. They unveil the IC title. Out comes Sheamus, and Sheamus with his pubic hair beard.
There's children watching.
You're right. I apologize. But anyway, Sheamus comes out, and then the big guy, Ryback, comes out. Ryback comes out. I don't understand why he came out, but either way, it was quickly announced that Sheamus and Ryback would be the first two guys added to the Elimination Chamber match for the IC title. Later on, we find out R-Truth gets added in addition to Bad News Barrett or King Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, and Rusev. So those are your six guys: Sheamus, Ryback, Truth, Barrett, Ziggler, Rusev. And really, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm scratching my head. I don't know about you. There's a couple names on that list that I wouldn't have expected to be on that list. And I'm just going to tell you, and you can let me know whether you agree or disagree and why. Ryback, R-Truth, Rusev. Those are three guys I didn't predict to be in this match that are going to be in this match. What are you thinking?
Well, I disagree. I think R-Truth fits perfectly in this match. Did you see his match against Stardust last night in the pre-show? Fantastic.
Yeah, actually,
I said it yesterday. Andre Hogan, Stardust, R-Truth. It's going to be up there.
Right.
No, I agree with you. They don't make sense. I think out of all three of those, Ryback makes the most sense as far as they need to do something with him. I understand where you're coming from. He did just come off of this match with Wyatt at Payback. Mm-hmm. So them not even touching on that or even talking about it even happening is kind of odd. Rusev makes no sense because he came out tonight talking about Cena, and it felt like that was still happening. And then for them to throw him in this and kind of say, nope, it's not happening, even though it's pretty much the first thing he says on Raw is, I didn't say I quit. That kind of makes you think,
right?
They're going to continue building this. That doesn't make sense. Truth is just that, that makes zero sense.
It's lazy booking.
I don't understand. Like, do they owe him a favor? Like, what's the deal with that? It's not like he's going to win. Maybe it's a guy they have in their body that they can throw around, do something cool with. I don't know, but I think there's plenty of other guys they could have. I know, but I'm trying to make sense of it.
I want to say what I said, similar to what I said last night. When it comes to WWE creative, I'm asking the question, what's up? Because that doesn't make sense to me. It seemed like lazy booking, and now that I'm thinking about it, there was actually a lot of lazy booking in tonight's show. There was a lot of good booking and a lot of lazy booking as well. I think the pros really outweighed the cons.
Oh, absolutely.
But you talk about Ryback, he comes out there, we don't have closure to that feud with Cena because of the fact that we were told Rusev didn't say I quit. But then now it's just like, forget about it.
It's hard to get good help these days.
Yeah. Next thing you know, Lana's leaving Rusev. She's kissing Dolph Ziggler. Just kind of stuff that didn't really make sense. I mean, it was cool.
They left everything kind of a little too open. Like, it's okay to leave loose ends to make you want to come back for more, but it was almost too open. Like, none of it made any logical sense.
Yeah, there was no blow-offs to anything. So, like, Ryback, Bray Wyatt, it seems like that's been dropped already. That's done with, as Ryback's going to be in the Intercontinental Championship match, and Bray Wyatt went on his own separate path here.
Right.
Sheamus and Ziggler, I feel like that could have kept going after what happened to Ziggler last night, being busted open.
Yep, absolutely.
They could have continued with that.
Also, you got to think that at the end, the finish to that match, even though Sheamus won, was Ziggler making Sheamus kiss his ass. So why are they going to just leave that alone?
Yeah, Yeah, he did get his revenge in there, and Sheamus didn't even address it. So
right, so that's kind of
yeah, it's weird. They did not tie up all of the loose ends. It seems like maybe because of this Elimination Chamber pay-per-view coming in so quickly, just 2 weeks away, they're kind of like on to the next one. They're just keeping it rolling, and I see what they're doing there, and I can't complain because we agreed off camera. All in all, this was a really good show.
absolutely.
In addition to the Sheamus Ryback match, which was solid, we also got the segment between. Let's just we're gonna be kind of scatterbrained tonight, as you guys are beginning to weigh in here on YouTube. Tyler Ayers saying that he made it tonight and that he marked out for his boy Dolph Ziggler. And Jessica Bello, who it appears is a new viewer, thanks for tuning in, Jessica, says, for throwaway pay-per-view, Elimination Chamber is looking to be pretty stacked. We'll talk about that as well here. But let's go back to what Tyler said. He marked out for his boy Dolph Ziggler. We're going to be kind of all over the place, not going in exact order here. But Ziggler and Lana, shocking. It was just, very surprising. All of a sudden, Lana comes out. She lays it on Ziggler. We don't hear any microphone interaction between those two. It was kind of as if she wanted to make Rusev jealous.
Right, yep, that's the sense I got.
And he comes out. He attacks Ziggler, but Ziggler saves the day for Lana. What do you make of this Ziggler-Lana thing?
See, this seems like one of those segments that makes more business sense than it does storyline sense. Because like we were talking about off camera, Ziggler's contract is going to be up. So they kind of want to put him in something more interesting. So maybe this is a ploy to kind of keep him around a little bit longer. Maybe a ploy to keep him in the company, have him sign the contract when it expires. As for a storyline, I mean, maybe I think, like you said, there's not a lot of time between now and Elimination Chamber. So I think they may also just be trying to get a little bit of action between all of the participants before they jump in. So it's not just like a bunch of random guys who've never fought each other.
Right.
Now there's some storyline between Rusev and Ziggler and Sheamus and Ryback. So now we have a little bit of dynamics between all of them. So I think that could be it, like you said, because it's so close, which was my fear all along of it being so close that they're not going to have a whole lot of time to build. And like they were going to get a lot of these on to the next developments, which I think the pay-per-view looks good, but I don't know. But like we were saying yesterday, for Payback, I mean, the build leading into Payback seemed kind of slow, seemed kind of dull, and then we get Payback, and it was really well done.
That's really what they've done with the last 3 pay-per-views or so. WrestleMania, people were complaining about how, there was a lack of build for WrestleMania. Next thing you know, it turns out to be one of the best WrestleManias in recent memory. Extreme Rules, nobody was excited for it. It kicked ass. Same thing with Payback. And tonight, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but you have to remember the crowd is a big reason you'll disagree. Tonight felt like the night after WrestleMania in the sense that a lot of new leaves turned.
Yep.
So we had a lot of new storylines. Seeds have been planted. You had the big debut of Kevin Owens, which we'll get into, that gave it that big night feel.
Yep, absolutely.
And really, they are rolling. And hopefully Elimination Chamber isn't going to be the pay-per-view that they build up too well and then it lacks. I highly doubt that's going to happen either way, just because of the matches that we already know of right now. Let's talk about one of those matches, one of those chamber matches, which is the tag team chamber match. We talked about the IC title match, and you and I covered that last night, on who we thought might win that one. But the tag team match, they kind of have that clusterfuck of a get-together in the ring there. You had the primetime players, Lucha Dragons, The Ascension, Kid and Cesaro, New Day, and Los Matadores. And that was another one which was like, why? Similar to the R-Truth thing, it's like it doesn't make sense. You don't just have Los Matadores off TV until, hey, we need to throw in tag team here.
Yep.
That's where Los Matadores always comes in. Why not implant, Rowan and Harper into that match? They've just gotten back together.
Absolutely, yep.
They've been on TV. You've been working that storyline of them getting back together. Why not throw them in there? That gives you a big, legitimate big team in there.
Yep.
That's
absolutely.
what's lacking right now
Yep.
in that match. You've got the Lucha Dragons and Los Matadores, which are kind of the high-flying, entertaining teams. You've got the Ascension, the Dark team. You've got Kid and Cesaro, the Athletic team. The team that's missing there is the big guys.
Yep, the big brute.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Yep.
strong team, and that would have been Rowan and Harper. They would have fit perfect in there, in my opinion.
I agree.
Elimination Chamber, that's their type of match.
Oh,
Imposing
yeah,
their
absolutely.
force on there, doing damage, that would have been excellent. Why do you think they stuck with Los Matadores?
Same thing with
It's just like a fucking why. Like,
I don't even
really
know.
No explanation.
There is. I mean, maybe because in their minds, we have Lucha Dragons in there, so we need another high-flying team. Because fans today like it when people flip around and shit, and nobody has an attention span for anything good. So,
right. Well, Tyler Ayers says, and I know Alex said something similar, or maybe it was Mitch, that he would take the Mega Powers 2.0 or Los Matadores, and I would agree.
Yeah.
At least they've been on TV. At least they've had a viable storyline. Los Matadores, we haven't seen them. It's kind of like, oh, here, throw them on this pay-per-view to get them a paycheck. Because if you ain't working, you ain't getting paid. But, what WWE fails to remember is not everybody watches Superstars, and not everybody knows that Los Matadores has been wrestling and shit like that. So it's a head-scratcher. The only thing I can think of is maybe they have something separate planned for Rowan and Harper, but it's like all the other tag teams in the company are in this match.
Well, if we're lucky, it's going to be Rowan and Harper versus Fandango and Ryder again.
Oh, that would be sick. Yeah, that would be awesome.
I think that could end up being the match of the night.
Oh, yeah, woo-woo, you know it. But moving on from that tag chamber match, and, I think we're probably going to do something along the lines of a prediction show leading up to the chamber. So we'll let you know who we think is going to win those matches. I was talking about, what if they were to have a third match, a third chamber match with, wait for it, the Divas. Now, bear with me because I know people are like dropping like flies right now. The Divas in a chamber? No way.
Hitting that X button.
Yep. But listen to me. You've got enough people in that Divas clusterfuck right now where you've got Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Tamina Snuka, Naomi, Paige, and then you could throw one more diva in there to make it 6.
We're already down to 3,000 likes on Facebook.
Oh, damn it. We've dropped 1,000 likes. It just doesn't make any sense.
I agree. That would be huge. It would put them. That's never happened before.
Yeah, I don't know why they
would be huge. I think all of these women have the ability to take a solid bump. So I don't think this chamber is gonna.
Paige can take a better bump than most of the guys.
I think that would be huge. That would make that title look so much more important than it has. It's been, like I said last night, it's been a paperweight for months now. It's been on pay-per-views, but not only not defended, but not even talked about. Like, they act like it doesn't even exist anymore until obviously tonight when, it was defended. But I mean,
it wasn't even defended. That's the thing is, and I told you that I was upset about this. When it does get defended, it's either a 3-minute match or it's a false finish, garbage. You know what I mean? Like disqualification. There's no substance there. And I pushed for I know we pushed kind of for the Bella Hell in a Cell last year for around Hell in a Cell, but this Elimination Chamber would have been a perfect opportunity with the whole Give Divas a Chance movement. I think it would have really worked with the Divas you got in there. It would have been maybe a great opportunity to debut a new diva like Charlotte. Who knows?
Yep.
They could have just done something interesting. Instead, we're probably going to get another tag team match, or we'll get the Divas title defended in a triple threat match with Naomi, Paige, and Nikki, but you'll have Brie and Tamina ringside. It's just the same old shit. It's boring. Somebody needs to be assigned to that mess to clean it up and really give Divas a chance. That's all we're asking for. I mean, it's really not too much to ask for.
Really, really not.
But moving into the main event here, before we do that, everybody's weighing in here, continuing to weigh in on YouTube. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Keith Bello says, Meta Powers will be the pre-show just like it should be for the comedy spot. By the way, the last comment was me. My wife's account was signed in and said, listen, Keith, we're going to take what we can get here. We're going to pretend it was two separate viewers. We need the extra viewers to boost our egos here.
Yep.
Tyler is saying primetime players getting some love, though, and that was interesting. They were the last team standing there in the ring in that cluster F. And I don't know why I said cluster F, because I said clusterfuck twice already, so I don't need to censor myself. But
we got a call from our sponsors to ask you to censor yourself.
Yes, yeah. But no, seriously, primetime players, I've been interested with their I know you and I have both been interested with their vignettes.
Yeah.
They've been interesting. It's been comedic. It's been much better than what we've seen from Los Matadors. I think all along that I was expecting to see the primetime players in this match. So, it makes sense. And then Alex Warren says, give it some meaning, make the Divas title worth something, and the Elimination Chamber would be perfect for that. Alex, It's good to see you're on the bandwagon with two dudes that know exactly what they're talking about. AuSSy and AuSSy's ego. But really, let's move on to the main entree here.
He's not lying.
And we dig you guys commenting and getting your voice heard on the show. That's what we're all about here.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we're just fans just like you guys. We're no better than you. We don't claim to know any more than you.
Well, I am.
We don't claim to be a part of the business. At the end of the day, look, this is a couch. These pillows move. There's a TV behind the monitor here. We're watching Raw just like you guys. We're no better than you. We're just fans. And we want to chat with you guys, so we enjoy you guys commenting here on the show. And you can go on here and check us out on social media. Before you go over to Facebook and Twitter, make sure you like, share, and subscribe on this video. Let your friends know about it. Don't make me sick Matt on you and make you give him the spiel there.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
He doesn't want to do that. I don't want to have to get Alec in here via video call. It's his birthday. We should shout that out. Yeah. Happy birthday to RopeBreakWrestling.com founder Alec Kozubsky, co-founder. Wish him a happy birthday. Original
host
of React. This is still his show.
Yeah.
Whenever he wants to come back, it is his child, and he can have it back. We're just holding down the fort until he gets here.
I hope, Alec. I hope we're doing the show justice.
We're trying, brother.
We're trying our best.
But happy birthday to Alec.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Make sure you go on to the Rope Break Facebook page, which is facebook.com/RopeBreakWrestling.
Wait, what is it?
It's facebook.com/RopeBreakWrestling.
Right,
it's right in the description for those jabronis they're like, how do you spell wrestling? It's right there in the description. Make sure you wish Alec a happy birthday. And I don't know, send him a gift.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, send us a personal message. We'll give you his address. You can send him a gift. I'm sure.
Random road breaker showing up at his place.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
That would be. Don't do that. Don't do that. We'll just say that. But let's get into the main entree here, and we want to know what you guys think too. So keep weighing in here. Kevin Owens, that's the elephant in the room. He debuted tonight on Raw. I told you earlier in the day that I was expecting some sort of NXT angle to be on the show. We didn't see it until the perfect time, and you called it, my brother. He said it. Kevin Owens is going to come out here. He said, why else would he have been doing the 5-knuckle shuffle? He did it at the NXT house shows. We were there, not to brag or anything, but he did it. Why did you?
It's bragworthy.
It's bragworthy.
It's bragworthy. We were at a live NXT show. Be jealous.
Yeah, definitely. Can you hand me that water?
I absolutely can.
Thanks, brother. But tell them why you thought it would be Kevin Owens. Why did you have that gut feeling?
Well, this guy's over here sipping some water. He's parched. Takes a lot out of you. It just made sense. They're trying to put over NXT TakeOver. It's a big pay-per-view. Why not have
it's unstoppable, not TakeOver?
That's true. It's unstoppable.
Maybe it's called NXT TakeOver
Unstoppable. I think that is what it's called. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it's. You shut your mouth.
All right, jabroni.
They were plugging something big was going to happen. They're trying to put over the show. What bigger way than having your champion come out and go face to face with the face of the WWE? And I don't know about you. It was phenomenal.
Oh, it was
great. Segment was beautifully done. I can't even say anything bad about it. I love Owens. Loved him in Ring of Honor. Huge fan of the guy. The guy can talk. The guy can wrestle. I know there are probably a bunch of jabronis out in the crowd like, who's this slob? Like, oh, where do you buy an NXT championship like that? Did he get that at the arena?
He didn't get
the pop
nearly as big of a pop as he deserved. Yep.
If you're unaware of Owens, which I think our fans are pretty well versed in wrestling, so I'm pretty sure they know who Owens is. But if for some reason you don't, you're not worth his time. No, go on YouTube and check out Kevin Steen. Guy is phenomenal. And his promo with Cena, it just feels so real.
And we talked about it too. It was better than a match.
It
made more sense than a match. Yep. You didn't need to see those two get physical because now it opens up the Elimination Chamber match, which we just learned at the end of the show. Kick ass. That's awesome. That's so a reason to watch that pay-per-view. And like Keith said earlier, this pay-per-view is getting stacked. This is one of the better pay-per-view cards we've seen in a while. And Kevin Owens' pay-per-view debut is one reason, which is a reason enough alone to watch this.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be big time. But the fact that they didn't tussle tonight, makes you really want to tune in to see what goes down.
I feel like this one segment did more to build this match than they have done to build other matches in a long time. Just this one segment, it gave it that big fight feeling. And I got to say, a lot of that I think had to do with, and I got to give Cena credit. I don't usually give him that much credit. I got to give him credit where credit's due. I think he did a hell of a job selling this segment too. But Owens has the ability to just come off so real when he's speaking.
Oh, definitely.
And I mentioned to you the part when he said, I've been doing this longer than you. To me, that didn't feel like that was supposed to be part of the promo. That felt to me like Cena touched a button when he said, let me give you some veteran advice, which I don't blame him because that kind of pissed me off too. Because I'm like, this guy's been wrestling longer than you. And in my opinion, this guy is far better than you.
Ooh.
He's going to get some hate. I don't give a shit.
See,
I don't care.
I understand the veteran
within the
comment.
WWE,
yeah, because
right.
John Cena, at the end of the day, this guy is the biggest main eventer, arguably, of all time when it comes down to it. But you're right. Owens has been doing it longer. It did sound like it struck a chord with him. And I got to point out, Owens is part of that rare breed where you're right. Everything the guy says, it feels legitimate.
Yeah.
It feels real. It feels like he's not playing a part. That's the difference between a guy like him and Roman Reigns. Now, Roman Reigns is really coming around. I really like the work he's been doing.
Yep, me too.
But it just goes to show you the absolute difference there. A guy like Kevin Owens, who's been doing it for 15 years, comes in and he's just being himself.
Yep.
And that's what makes you feel like, a guy like Stone Cold and a guy like The Rock, they've both put a stamp of approval on Owens before he even came to WWE. I think it was The Rock that told him, keep running your mouth.
Yeah.
And those are the types of things that will get you over with the fans. If it feels real, then it's going to be real. It's like I draw a comparison to Brock Lesnar.
Absolutely.
He doesn't always talk, but when he does, it feels like, holy shit, this isn't scripted. This isn't part of the show. He means it.
Even now, even like a Rusev too.
Correct.
It has that feeling. He doesn't talk often, but when he does, it feels real. Brock Lesnar is a perfect example of that. Absolutely. And Kevin Owens can be that next guy that's going to really. I think he's going to change things in WWE because he's so different from what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing these really fit guys who play a part, who sound like a character. We had this guy come in and who's not fit at all, and people don't expect him to do the things that he does. Doing a moonsault over the top rope,
He's extremely athletic.
Thing is, the guy is just. There's no word to describe it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But we've got people weighing in here. We've got a pretty solid group of guys commenting here. Alex Warren saying, Kevin Owens, I marked out. Can't wait to see Cena versus Owens. And Tyler Ayers said, hey, that was probably awesome to be at, referring to NXT Albany. We know Tyler was there. We met up with Tyler, a big rope break supporter. And then Keith Bellow, check this out. Keith Bellow says, I'm not jealous. I was the guy at the NXT house show that threw the Gatorade bottle to Finn. We saw that, dude. That was awesome.
That is cool.
Keith, we were sitting pretty close to you. We were just in a section over from you. We saw the whole the bottle handing.
I'm glad that finally got cleared up because I asked you right after.
Mm-hmm.
Did he already have that bottle or did somebody throw it to him? Glad to know that it was Keith.
Yeah, and Tyler says, holy shit, it was hot in there. It really was. It was. You should have been sitting next to the guys we were sitting next to. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure something was growing on them by the end of the night. It was terrible.
Like Katie Linendahl said, they needed some Tyler Febreze in there.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen on our Facebook page, not to brag or anything, but we met Katie Linendahl and Sam Roberts, not Sam, don't want to brag or anything.
Yeah,
but,
well, they kind of met us.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They're
us.
like, oh my God, it's the Rope Breakers.
Yeah.
Can we get a picture? And I'm like, I don't know.
That's exactly how it
I'm
went.
like, all right, I guess if you're that big of a fan.
And after getting so many picture requests, we were kind of complacent to oblige, but we did.
Right.
Either way, then Keith says, yes, it was the best crowd I've ever been a part of, no doubt.
Oh,
I think
agree,
the same could be
110%.
said for us. And I've been to a pay-per-view before. That far blew out a pay-per-view. Tyler Ayers says Cena is better. Keith says, question mark? Listen, I don't want to get into it whether, who's better as a technical wrestler. What I meant about that is Cena's been the guy at the highest level for the longest time. He's been there longer than The Rock and Austin were combined. I'm not saying that he's a better technical wrestler. I'm saying I see where the veteran comment was coming from.
Right.
I'm not saying it was right or wrong, but Cena's no pig. Let's not say that.
No, not at all.
And then Alex says dream match, Owens versus Lesnar. Book it. That would be a sick match. And
hey, Keith, no trolls. Calm down.
And then Tyler says being in the WWE is established there, knows how to work the crowd. He's the face of the company. I hate him, but I respect Cena. It's kind of where we all
right. That's where I am too. I personally feel like Kevin Owens is the better talent as far as in ring and on the mic goes. As far as being able to work a crowd, I don't know. I think, especially being at the house show, I think Owens can work a crowd with no problem. I think he has no problem working a crowd. He's entertaining in the ring. So, as far as I think the only difference between the two is experience in the WWE itself. I think that's the only thing that separates the two. But other than that, once he gets more experience, I think there's no for me anyway, in my personal opinion, there's no contest that Owens is better than Cena. I'm sorry.
Well,
I know it's going to start.
That remains to be seen. The only reason I'm careful to not say that just yet is because everybody knows that the WWE is a little bit of a higher pedestal. I'm not saying Kevin Owens is not going to be able to, perform at this level. I think he will be able to with ease. But you can't knock Cena just yet, being that he's been there for 10 plus years.
Right.
He's main evented WrestleManias. We haven't seen Owens in that situation yet, whether or not he's going to sink or swim it. And just the length of time that Cena's been able to sustain it for is just absolutely mind blowing. It's really only been matched by Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? There's no other guy in the business that's been able to be the guy for that long. Right.
Oh, I have nothing but respect for Cena. It's the same thing with Hogan. I'm not a fan of Hogan at all. I personally, in my opinion, I never thought he was any good in the ring or on the mic. That's just me. I don't like him in the ring or on the mic. And that's not to say that he's not a legend, and it's not to say that he hasn't paved a way.
Right.
He absolutely has, and I don't think the WWE would be where it is without Hogan. Same thing with Cena. But I don't really think Cena's all that great. I know people like to say, listen, you want a VPC? I'm breaking down the fourth wall.
Hey, man, I'm with you.
Hi, Cole.
I'm with you. Listen, I am by no means a John Cena apologist.
And I'm not a Cena hater either. I don't hate the guy. I just, I think that Cena fans, I think he's a little overrated with, certain people. I see where people are coming from, and I don't disagree that he's done a lot in the business. But I have my own opinions, and I think we don't have a whole lot of time for those. So
yeah, that's a different.
we're running a little short.
Matt and I are planning on coming up with some sort of podcast or something here soon. That'll be audio, so we can just ramble on for hours, and you guys can just like put your headphones in and listen to it at your leisure. You know what I mean, in bits and pieces and shit. If you'd be interested in that, let us know, because we've kind of been thinking, should we be doing an audio podcast in addition to this? Let us know. Let us know your thoughts.
I mean, if you thought the sharpshoot was good, and if you thought Before the Bell was even better than that,
they didn't.
Shh, they don't know that. Oh no, they did.
Alex Warren asks, who do you think will eventually defeat John Cena for the U.S. Championship? And of course, the always sarcastic Tyler Ayers says Heath Slater. Keith says Bo Dallas.
Yoshitatsu.
And Alex Warren says, how about El Torito? Very funny, guys. Who do you think?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Because it brings up the additional question. Do you think Kevin Owens is going to win at Elimination Chamber? And do you think he should win?
I don't know. I think after the segment that he had in the ring where he stepped on the title, I think him winning that particular title wouldn't make much sense, because he obviously stepped on and said, I don't give a shit about that title. I'm the NXT champion. So I don't see him winning that making any sense. Honestly, if I had to pick somebody who I thought would win the title, who I think they're going to have win, I think it's going to be Neville. Honestly, I think the way that they built the match with Cena, the way that they're building him up now, I think he's going to finish his rivalry with Barrett, and I think that eventually he's going to he's going to go over Cena and win the title.
That would be good.
Or maybe even Sami Zayn.
Yeah, when Sami comes back, that would be a great storyline, just because Cena injured him or whatever. Kevin Owens does not need to win at Elimination Chamber. He's not going to win, in my opinion.
I agree.
What they should do, though, as far as booking, have him disqualify himself, get a chair, whack Cena, do something ruthless to where he gets heat and he looks strong.
Yep, I agree.
But, you're right. He stepped on the U.S. title. He doesn't want it. He doesn't give a shit about it. He thinks the NXT Championship is bigger and better. So I don't see any point in putting that strap on him. I would have him just smack the shit out of Cena with a chair or something, get himself disqualified, make a name for himself, and then Cena, is protected in the fact that, he was beaten up unfairly with a chair.
Right, yeah.
And everybody comes out a winner there because, let's face it, pretty much everybody watching the show, and you and I included, would not mind seeing Kevin Owens bash John Cena's head in with a chair. But Tyler Ayers makes a good point. They're running out of people to answer the open challenge. The open challenge, and I said this before. I said this on, I think, either last week or the week before. It's beginning to be stale to me. Yeah. In the fact that it's exciting because it's always like, who's gonna do it? But now, like, for instance, next week, we know that it's John Cena versus Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber.
Right.
So next week we know whoever challenges for the U.S. title is going to lose.
Right, yeah.
Because there's no way they're going to have him lose that title before facing Owens at the pay-per-view.
Right, exactly.
So that's the type of stuff that doesn't make sense to me. It takes the steam out of it when they could just have Cena fight a random dude, and the random dude could get the victory over Cena, and it's not for the title. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
And then Alex Warren says, do you think Finn Balor could be the guy? I don't think so. I think he could be. I don't think he will be.
Right, yeah.
That's how I should say it. And, there was something that Matt actually posted on the site today.
Go check it out.
Why don't you tell him about it?
I posted an article, if you haven't read it yet, facebook.com/rope break wrestling. Guess what's in the description? So just click on it after
you're done watching. Or just go straight to ropebreakwrestling.com.
Bookmark it.
It's already your homepage.
If you haven't made it your homepage, what the hell are you doing? It was an interview. MTV News UK did an interview with Finn Balor, asking him about NXT, the expansion, whether or not he feels he's ready to move up to the main roster. And basically what he said was very interesting, that he really doesn't care if he moves up to the main roster. He likes what's going on in NXT. He feels like he's leading a new charge. He's leading, a new brand, and he's very excited for the direction they're going. And he feels like this is a brand that's going to explode, and he already feels like it's more popular, and he likes it more than what's going on in the main roster.
He said it's equally important.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And that's big. And I don't necessarily disagree with them. I think that, they want to make it into their own brand. And he even went out of his way to say that he's heard whispers of them expanding overseas and traveling overseas. So that could be huge. And that in and of itself, if that's true, means that they are really looking to blow this thing up, make it its own brand. I know Triple H has been very outspoken of saying that he doesn't view this as developmental territory. This is its own brand. And I agree with him. It is, especially being at the house show. It is its own brand. They want to create something different. They want to be able to an alternative. That was a term that was used. They want to try to make this an alternative for fans like us, fans like you guys. Hardcore fans who enjoy this kind of stuff and may not love everything that WWE is doing. Now, does that mean that they're going to make this the main show for us hardcore fans and then bring Raw and SmackDown back to kind of 2009, 2010 because now they have the two? They can watch this and they can watch that. I don't know. I hope not. But knowing the WWE Vince and how Michael P.S. Hayes runs things, I always blame that guy. It's plausible. I hope not. I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either, but I think there's a plausibility there. But no, I don't think he'll be that guy to win. I think he's going to be in NXT for a while, and that's not a bad thing. I know there's going to be people complaining about that. Oh, they need to move him up. He's ready. But no, I think he's doing great where he is. I think, they're all doing great. I think I actually want to change my answer for the U.S. Open Challenge. I think the person who will beat Cena is going to be Sasha Banks. She tweeted out earlier that she's going to accept the challenge. And Becky Lynch said, that's good because you're going to need a title after I take yours.
Very good.
Just little things like that, though. Like, you don't see that. Like, just go watch matches from NXT and the women's division over there and compare it to what you're watching on there. It's not, and like we said last night, it's not like the divas on Raw or SmackDown aren't good enough. It's just they're not getting enough time.
Right.
And they're trying so hard to build in the Total Divas storyline. And it's not even about making them more prominent like they're trying to sell to us. It's about the bottom dollar, that this is money making for them. So if we keep plugging it and trying to intertwine it, it's going to make us more money. Right. And
the thing about NXT, too, is these people, the talent down there is hungry to get to the main roster, and if they aren't hungry to get to the main roster, they're hungry to outshine the main roster. And the problem with the main roster is they've already made it. Their hunger isn't necessarily there anymore for a lot of the guys. So it's kind of like they're comfortable where they're at. Some of the guys I feel like are comfortable not being on TV every week and still being able to contribute on live shows and collect paychecks and whatnot, but that's a discussion for a different day. We've pretty much run out of time for tonight. We do have one thing to do. I do want to announce that we will be doing a giveaway this Wednesday. Matt won't be able to make it for that edition of React, but I will be there for React after Unstoppable. I might have a guest. I might not. Let's face it. After the sharpshoot ratings, I've proven I can hold the show by myself. All right, jabronis. So,
and after the before the bell ratings, I don't even want to talk about
it. If you don't know what he's talking about when he says before the bell, don't worry about it. Just keep listening. Either way, at Wednesday night, immediately following NXT Unstoppable, we're going to do another live show. I'll be here, and I'm going to be giving away not one, but 2 DVD sets. I'm going to be giving away WrestleMania 30 3-disc set and the NWO 3-disc set. And those are free giveaways for you guys. They're going to be shipped directly to your doorstep. Ask Tyler Ayers. He's been a winner in the past, and he's received his prize. There's no strings attached. You win, it gets sent to your doorstep free of charge, and that's how we do it.
Absolutely.
So make sure that you're tuned in to Wednesday, NXT Unstoppable React after NXT. It's going to be a good show, especially since Matt won't be there. And like I said, maybe I'll get a guest, maybe I won't. But in the meantime, you've got one full day where you don't have React. You had React yesterday. You had React today. You've got a day off tomorrow. In that day off, what you need to do is network, get on social media, and do what, Matt? Tell all your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And I almost didn't want to. I feel bad. I almost don't want to do this because it's just like it's.
See, the problem is it's Alex's birthday.
It is,
and you have to do it in Alex's name.
You're absolutely right. You have to do it for Alec. If you're new to Rope Break, I don't know how the hell you found this React. I don't know how you're here, but that's interesting. But if you're not new and you've been here before and you like what we're doing and you got friends who also like wrestling and they enjoy this kind of stuff, but you haven't told them about us, you're a terrible friend. I don't even mean to. It's just you are. There's no other way to say it.
I mean, Keith, you're giving Gatorades out to Finn Balor, but are you giving hints out to your friends?
Right. Come on.
About RopeBreakWrestling.com? Because I know you didn't go to that show alone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, come on. I mean, Tyler, I know for a fact you were there with a couple of buddies. Come on, keep letting your friends know. Don't be neglectful. We don't appreciate neglect here. That's not cool.
No.
Let them in, because if they're not living the Rope Break lifestyle, then they're not living, and that's not fair. That's not fair. That's dangerous. It's almost like a disease.
Don't hog up all the React for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a cure for this disease, though. There really is. There's a cure. All you got to do.
No, not Big Papa Palm. Not Buff Bagwell. That's not the cure.
A wet pool noodle.
Damn.
No. No, there is a cure. It's very, very simple. And I'm surprised that more people haven't done this because it's so simple. We've been saying this all React. Facebook.com/RopeBreakWrestling, Twitter.com/RopeBreakWrestling. And if you're sitting there saying, I don't know how to spell wrestling, it's in the description. We've been saying this from the beginning. It's that simple. Click a link, like, subscribe, share, follow, and bookmark our site. Make it your homepage if you haven't already done that, because honestly, why are you going to go to other sites, sift through all the trash? Breaking news, Stephanie McMahon breaks a nail working out. Who gives a shit? I don't care. I know when I go to these sites, I want the I want the gems. I want the gold. I don't want to be sifting through the garbage. We do that for you. We cut out the middleman. We do all that hard work for you. We find only the solid stories, the good stories, the gold. All you got to do is come and read them. That's it.
It's really that simple, yeah. And on our sites, you don't have to worry about ads. I've been on sites before. I don't know if you've been on sites before. I know you guys have probably been on sites before. You click on the story and a fucking pop-up jumps up. And it's like you got to X out of that shit, go back, hit the back button, get back to all this ugly-ass list of text stories. Like, the fuck am I looking at?
Absolutely.
Go to RopeBreakWrestling.com. We got all the fucking stories that you need to see. Like Matt said, Tyler says, I'm watching with my roommates. Does that count? Yes, it counts. Absolutely does that count.
Get your
popcorn ready.
Are your roommates liking, sharing, subscribing, following? That would be even better. This counts for sure, but that'd be even better. He's got to tell them.
Holy shit. Now this guy, Keith, says, I'm here because I was in line with you guys at the Roman Reigns meet and greet. The word will spread. Keith, who the hell are you?
Wait a minute.
Have to do some investigating. Have we met, Keith?
Obviously, I think we have, unless, I don't know.
All right, either way.
I don't know.
Now we're like,
wait. Is this Keith guy with his nephew?
I don't know. Is this Keith guy with his dad or brother?
Were you behind us? Were you in front of us?
Yeah. We'll figure that out, Keith. Either way, Tyler, make sure your friends are like, share, subscribing. And if you guys want to see more pics of this right here.
Tyler said no.
That was before I started flexing this.
No, not to that. To the fact that he hasn't had them share.
Look at that tricep. There's a shadow there.
I'm a little set.
All right, let's close this shit out so everybody can get to sleep.
Fucking pipe cleaners.
I know I need to get to sleep. These are much better than pipe cleaners. Lana, if you really are single, hit me up. Listen, we can make something happen here. And Keith says he's the guy with the nephew.
Keith, I remember you.
Yeah, we remember you, Keith.
We remember you. Good
guy.
Dude.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate
all you guys that tuned in tonight. And remember, NXT Unstoppable Wednesday, immediately following the show, we'll be giving shit away for free. And it's going to be a fun time. But until then,
it's gonna be great.
What's your name again?
I think it starts with an M.
That's Matt Donato. You can follow him at Real Matt Donato on Twitter. You can follow me, AuSSy, at I Am AuSSy on Twitter. And, of course, make sure you follow us at Rope Break Wrestling and do all that other crazy shit that Matt told you to do.
In the description.
Tyler, don't doubt yourself. I know you want to see the flexing. But for now, we're going to have to close the show with a if you smell what Rope Break is cooking. See you later, jabronis.